So it took him some time to get through, right? He couldn't hear. Listen, he couldn't hear what Sarah was saying, right? He had no idea. He had to use arm motions, and he was waving and trying to figure out how to get through this maze, but he couldn't figure it out. Because the world, all you guys out there, were making too much noise. He couldn't hear God's voice. Okay? So now I need two new ones. We'll go with you and you.
Wait, did he say Evan?
Either one of you two. Well, he's already up here, so.
Okay.
Alright, so come over here. So this time, we're going to do it again. But this time, you guys are going to be quiet. Because, what's your name? Kevin. Kevin is a quote-unquote good Christian. He's living the life that Christ wants us to live. He's living in the light like He wants us to. So he's going to be able to hear God's voice clearly. And so, what's your name? Maddie is going to direct Kevin through the maze again. Well, he's not going to have any other interruptions from the crowd. So he's going to be able to get through this maze of life really easily. Hopefully. If all goes well.
But his left is one right and one right is his left.
Don't say that! What? That's the point of the game, right?
Ready? Hold on, I got to mix this up a little bit so we know we're not doing this.
Stay there, Galen.
Alright. Direct it through.
Oh, wait. Okay, straight. Right. A little more. Stop. Okay, walk forward. Turn left. No, stop!
Okay. Did you guys see how fast Kevin could get through it? He barely even ran into the car. So just like the Christians that listen to God's voice, we still stumble, we still mess up, but it took him a lot less time than it did Chris. That's my point. So I want you guys to realize, although you might be a Christian that is following in the light, you're listening to God's word and everything, you might still stumble a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to move on a little bit here. We're going to move on to 1 John 2, a little bit farther down in the verse. 1 John 2, 15 through 17. Alright, got about 5 minutes left. We got 1 John 2. You guys all there? Alright. 1 John 2, 15 through 17. Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and the boasting of what he has and does, comes not from the Father, but from the world. So this is saying here that you have to choose. There's no happy medium. You can't be like, well, I want to listen to this secular music. I want to listen to this bad music. But I'm going to still say that I'm a Christian. Or I want to watch this movie that my parents said I couldn't watch. But I still call myself a Christian. You can't mix it here. There's no mixing. God says in the Bible, you can only serve one master. You don't get the middle. So, if you love the world, and you love playing those bad games and those bad music, and you like swearing and stuff, then you hate Christ. You only have one master. Yeah, it's hard to hear. When I was writing this talk tonight, it's pretty deep, to hate Christ because of something like that. I think we've all fallen into that trap before. And if you're the person that's saying, I guess I want to do these bad things, but I still want to call myself a Christian, who are you trying to convince? You can probably convince your parents, or you can probably convince your friends that you're a Christian, right? You can say, yeah, I go to church. Yeah, I do this. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do good things. No, who cares if I do this little bad thing? Right? It's easy to convince, right? But who are you trying to convince? Who does it matter to? Jesus. Can you convince him the wrong way?